Hey everyone! So I haven't done a video in over 3 or 4 months. I believe the last video I uploaded was the Chocolate and Peaches by Makeup for Revolution, the review on that palette. So yes, it's been a while, so I'm a bit out of practice, but I thought I would try and ease my way back into things by doing a get ready with me type video. I've never actually done one of these before, so it's the first time doing this type of video, so if you like it, awesome. If not, that's fine. As I said, my first time doing this type of video. So I hope you enjoy and I will crack on. So the first thing, it's not the camera, great start. So the first thing I always do when putting on my makeup is put on a lip balm. It just helps to hydrate my lips, and I always do it before I put anything else on because I do eyes then face, and so while I'm doing my makeup this can sort of prep the lips, sink into it and get them ready for what's to come. So I just put them on, and this is the Nivea Hydro Care. I've always been using the same one for years. Find this one just helps to lock in that, well, add moisture to the lips and keep them nice and moisturised. So the eyeshadow palette I'm using today is the Chocolate and Peaches by I Heart Makeup, which, if you don't know, is sister brand to Makeup Revolution, and they're all under the heading of Tan Beauty. So if you want, I can leave a link below to that where you can find this, but this is the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using today. Well, I've been using it pretty much most of the summer, so I'm just in love. If you haven't seen it, there are all the shades. So what I always do is start with a nice sort of dome, is it domed? I don't know, a big, well, big for eye brushes at least, a big fluffy brush. And I always go in with this shade here, which I haven't got the names on me. I'll put in the names through the power of editing. So yes, I'm going to start with that shade all over the lid. And I don't actually use an eye primer or anything. I just use a matte shade, neutral one, all over the lid, because my eyelids can be a little bit oily. But I find if I just put a matte shade, neutral one, all over the lid, that sort of soaks up that oil, and then my eyes are pretty much good for the rest of the day. So yes, don't really have any troubles with it creasing or anything like that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm quite lucky in that sense. I mean, maybe if I did use an eye primer, it would look a bit different. I don't know, may in the future try an eye primer out just to see what all the fuss is about. But as I said, I don't really have a... oh, can't talk anymore. Great start. But yeah, as I said, I don't really use an eye primer, so yeah, take a little bit underneath the eyes as well. So yeah, then next thing I do, take more of a smaller one, and I'm going to go with this shade here and start building up my crease. So just pop that into crease like so. And for me, I find that where I've got hooded eyelids and in the socket there, I don't know if you can notice that, but the bone that sticks out here, I don't know what you call that, but basically like the socket, I sort of just push the brush into that and use that as a guide, just for my everyday looks. I mean, I have tried extending it out a little sometimes, but most of the time, just for ease, I just use that as a guide. And then next step I do is take more of a, is it tapered? Where it's sort of smaller at the end. And so the shade I'm going to use is this one here, sort of the warmer brown, just a little bit. Put that in the crease. So yeah, I find do a little bit at a time and build it up and blend out, so it builds slowly, and then you're not going in too harsh, and then you can't really take it away.
So my voice is a bit croaky today for some reason, so I apologise about that. Yeah, that's pretty much looking okay. And I think I will go for...
Oh yeah, I'm going to deep up the crease a little with that shade there. Just a little touch, not a huge amount. Just in the outer corner. Just to deepen it up a little, but not over the top.
Yeah. It's just a subtle, it's nothing too drastic. Then we will take a flat shader brush, if I can find the one I always go for. Here we go. So this one here. These ones are the Eco Tools ones. They're double-ended. I find I've seen some people use their finger to apply shades, but personally I've never had much trouble with brushes, and so, you know, each to their own. I'm going to stick with brushes for now. So all over the lid, well, I always start with the outer corner, and I'm going to use this shade here. It's a dark brown with sort of undertones of purple, and it's just a really gorgeous shade. That sun is so bloody bright. Talk about your perfect timing. So yes, a bit of an update on what's going on
in my life. Why not? Basically, last time you would have seen me, I would have been... In fact, sorry, the last video I uploaded, I was in Hull. That's where I went to university. And basically, because last year was meant to be my last... Well, okay, let's retrack. So I went to university to do 3 years of a drama course. The first 2 years kind of went okay, was doing alright, but then the third year didn't go too well because of my mental health, and so I then repeated my third year, and that was one just gone. But once again, didn't really go too well, and so I did submit an application to redo the year again, but unfortunately I don't think it was accepted, and so yeah, I've basically just, cut a long story short, moved on with my life and decided I'm just going to get on with my life and put university behind me, even though I haven't got a degree. But things have kind of worked, well, not worked out okay, but basically since then I've managed to get a job in a cinema, and so that's where I'm working at the moment, to get in the cash, and you know, it's going okay. I mean, I worked in cinema before and I quite enjoyed it. It's a sort of okay atmosphere, customer assistant, you know, I like to keep active when I work, interacting with customers. I could never do an office job because that would just be too boring, in my opinion. You know, each to their own. If you want to go to an office job, that's entirely up to you. I'm nothing against that. But I personally, I'm not a fan of that life. So yeah. So yeah, I just gotta go building up.
I feel like trying to match the two eyes is always a challenge. I don't know if anybody else struggles, but the struggle is very real. Yes, nice built up smoke on the outer corner. Then use a different brush. I need to clean my brush, it's just so filthy at the moment. I'm going to use this pinkish shade here. Now this thing in the pan, it's sort of very pink, but when you put it on the lid, you'll see it's sort of more golden, which is quite nice. So it sort of has that, I mean, it has a pinkish shift, but it's not too over the top, but it's just a really nice, gorgeous shimmer. I tend to put it on most of the inner half of the lid, and it just catches the light beautifully. One of my favourite shades in this palette. I mean, I've done a few different looks, as I've been using this palette all summer. I've done a couple of looks, and there's a couple that are my favourites. This is one of them. So I got eyelash in my eye, always happens. Then we're going to use the same brush that we started off in the crease. Once again, use that same colour and start building up the lower lash line.
And with a sort of smudger brush, I think these are called. That's what we're going to go with. I'm going to use. Ooh, what should we go for?
I'm going to use that sort of, this one here, brown shade. And push that, or smudge that, shall we say, into the lower lash line.
Also, another update of what's going on in my life, because I don't know if anyone is aware or whoever's watching this, but I am transgender. I don't know if that was obvious or not, but yes, I am transgender and I'm currently on a waiting list to get a GRC appointment. So yeah, that's, in case you don't know, that's a long wait, especially here in the UK. I don't know if it's the same anywhere else, but yes, getting a GRC appointment is a long wait. But some good news, after over a year of waiting for one, I have actually got an appointment. I got a letter a few days ago, and I have one in November, so that's a bit exciting at the moment. So I'm looking forward to that. Very nervous as well, but yes. I finally got a GRC appointment.
And then I'm going to take a thin sort of angled brush and I'm going to use this really dark shade here. It's not quite black, it's got again undertones of purple, but it's just really nice colour.
So just take a small bit of that and put that on the upper lash line. Sort of like an eyeliner, but not quite. It just helps to build up the lash line a little, make it more intense. And sometimes I attempt to create a wing, but I'm never any good at that. So yeah. And do the same on the other side. And sometimes I'd also take it on the lower lash line in the outer corner, but I think today we'll leave it like that. In regards to my eyebrows, I don't really do much of them. I mean, to be honest, I would like to get them like threaded or whatever, something like that, because they are just out of control. I mean, I pluck them on the odd occasion just to get rid of some stray hairs and that sort of thing. But apart from that, I don't do a lot. I just don't. I don't fill them in or anything like that. Yeah, each their own. And then I use a sort of comb side to comb through my eyelashes, because I do actually have really long eyelashes, and I find that sometimes they can get a little tangled in when I'm sleeping. So yeah, it's just combing through helps a lot. And also it just helps with when applying mascara so that it's less clumpy. And then with mascara, I have been using for ages the Makeup Revolution Viper Mascara. I've used it for months, love it. I don't have anything wrong with it. Basically, I just love this mascara. It's quite a staple for me, but this one's sort of dried out, and so I wanted to move on and try something else. As I said, I've got nothing against this mascara anymore. Or anymore, I have. But yeah, it's beautiful mascara. It helps build up my lashes and just it's lovely. £4, but for some reason, I can only ever get it on the Tumblr Beauty website now, and it's just frustrating having to do an order just to get the mascara. So yeah, I thought I'd just try something different, a different mascara, why not change it up a little. And so I've been using this one for about over a month now, coming up to 2 months, so I started in August. So this one is by 17, and it's called the Dolled Up Mascara, and it just has, so it's got a brush, sort of bushels, it's sort of got that banana shape. So yeah, it's an okay mascara. I mean, this one's in brown, I don't know if it comes in black at all, but yeah, it's a nice mascara, nothing wrong with it really. I mean, the Viper I feel like builds up my lashes more, sort of more intense, but this one is okay for an everyday type of look. I mean, you can build it up a little, but if you build it up too much, then it can sort of start to clump. So I tend to only put a light layer on. But as I said, where I've got long lashes anyway, I don't really need a lot. So I'm quite blessed in that regards. But yeah, mascara is just one of the things I feel like is the cherry on a cake. It's just, you don't need it, but when you do have it, it's lovely. Most of the time I use one of these small flat brushes, and I'm going to go with this sort of golden one here, and just apply that on the inner corner. Got a bit of inner corner highlight action. Just helps brighten up the inner eye portion. So, it's not coming up too much on camera, but I'm loving this look. It's just a very nice sort of everyday type of look. Yes. I'm getting quite good at those everyday looks. I have experimented in the past a little, you know, with different eyeshadow looks and that sort of stuff, but more recently I haven't been that experimental. I mean, to be honest, I haven't got all of my eyeshadow palettes with me at the moment, because they are all, well, majority are actually up in Hull, because as I said, when I left university, I did leave some of my stuff up there. I left it with one of my friends in their houses, quite a nice, generous amount of stuff, mostly winter wear and majority of my makeup. So I'm still yet to get round to bringing all that down. Things have been a little hectic at the moment, so that's why I haven't got round to it, but eventually I will bring all that down, and then I'll be able to, yes, play with makeup a little bit more. So yes. But moving on, so done my eyes, wasn't it? Foundation, I'm losing train of thought. So for ages, well, for a couple of years, I was using an MUA foundation. So the MUA Skin Define, originally I was using the shade Ivory, but then when that one ran out, I went to pick it up again, but couldn't find that shade, so I went with Ivory Flush. And I was using this for like, 2 or 3 months. And it's okay, but I feel like this shade is a little too light for me. So since then, I went into Superdrug, about a few weeks ago now. So I went to Superdrug, and they were doing a 3 for 2 offer on the Rimmel foundations. So I decided to pick up 3 different ones. So I thought, why not, give them a go. So the one I'm currently using is the Lasting Finish one. So these are all in the shade Ivory. So yeah, it's quite good. I think I might do a proper like review and first impressions on all 3 of these, because I haven't actually tried the other 2 yet. So I've got the Lasting Finish, Match Perfection, and then Wake Me Up. So yeah, I've never actually tried Rimmel foundations before until now. So yeah, I thought I'd give them a go, something different, why not? And the fact that it was 3 for 2. I think that offer's still on. I think it's like one of the standard or offers that they always have in there. So yeah, thought why not try out 3 different foundations for the price of 2. And in regards to foundation application, I've always used a stippling brush. So there's a couple of ways I've done it in the past. So originally I put some on my hand, and then got the brush damped and started putting it on. And then another way I've done it was putting some, like a little bit on the finger and dabbing that over the face. But the way I found, for me personally, to work better is by applying it directly on the brush and then onto the face. So that way worked pretty well for me for ages, and so I was using that brush. So I wanted to try out a different type of brush. So I know I've seen these type of brushes, I don't know what you call them. People have been using them, so I thought I'd give it a go. I found this one in Primark, it's in this type of packaging. It's the PS Pro, and it's £4. So this is sort of like the medium sized brush. And what I found with this, it's because it's so packed, like all the bristles are packed tightly together, it just blends the foundation, and you're not really wasting any product because it's not sort of getting lost in the bristles, if that makes sense. So yes, I just put on a little bit and start applying. And at first the shade might look like it's far too dark, or certainly different, but once it blends in, it's practically unnoticeable, which is good. So I'm looking at my viewfinder as a mirror at the moment. I'll use a mirror, an actual mirror, in a second to, well, continue and make sure I blend it properly, but for now, I'm just going to use the viewfinder. And one little thing I found is that you have to make sure you get into all of the little creases, especially around the nose, because the first time I used this brush, there was a little bit there in the corners of my nose that I missed without realising, and so I had these 2 sort of lines. So yes, that was all frustrating. Also, side note on foundation, one thing I have found, I mean, mostly, especially with this one and the way I set it, and now with this brush, I find that it just looks fine pretty much all day, doesn't crease up or anything like that, apart from one area, and that's these 2 lines. I always end up with spiral lines by the end of the day, which is very frustrating. I mean, my boyfriend jokes and says that I should smile less, but yeah, if you have any suggestions on what I can do and anything that can help me, please go ahead, because I'm open to suggestions. But yeah, it does pretty well at covering my shadow that I have, unfortunately. Also, something I didn't realise is that I didn't blend quite well on my neck the first time I used it, and so I had like obvious issue lines down there on my neck where this, well, basically where it was obvious that I was wearing foundation and it went to my actual skin colour. So yes, I just have to make sure I blend properly in all areas, including my neck. But yeah, using this brush is just so much more comfortable than using the standard brush as well. Put it off. And now this is where I will grab a mirror, because it looks fine, but no doubt when I look in the mirror it'll be completely different. So, oh. Pardon me, I've cut myself. That's probably from shaving this morning. the sun is coming out again. Yeah, by the way, sort of, the time I'm filming this is sort of more in the afternoon, well, late afternoon, sort of like 5-ish type of time. And so we're in September now, the sun sets a little earlier, and so the sun is starting to set. And it's literally, I've got a window behind the camera here, and literally the sun is slowly setting down past the window, and so I'm getting blinded as I film. Yeah, sacrifices I have to make. Oh god, that's a massive, yeah, that is blood. I'm gonna probably not advise them all to do that. Nah. But yeah, I said it covers up my shadow, well, it does an okay job. I mean, it's still a little obvious, but less obvious than without foundation. So, yeah. I think that's mostly done. Just a little bit more. So much we can do about that, unfortunately. So yes, that's foundation. And then after the foundation's on, I always set it with a setting powder. I've always used the Rimmel Stay Matte, and this is the transparent shade. There we go. Yeah, I haven't really had much issue with this. I mean, it gets a little can sometimes get a little shiny towards the end of the afternoon, but most of the time it stays alright for the day. I'm going to use a massive fluffy brush. So, I mean, I've been thinking about using a loose powder just to try it out. So if you have any recommendations for that, certainly go ahead and leave in the comments. Yes. Oh, just a side note, I don't tend to put foundation on my forehead for day to day, because I find that I don't really need it as much. I mean, obviously you can kind of slightly tell the difference in regards to, like, you know, the redness up there, but with the shades I use for foundation, they tend to match my skin pretty well, and so I find I don't really need foundation on my forehead. It's mostly in this sort of area because of facial hair, unfortunately. On the neck as well. I'm going to take a little bit of setting powder on my forehead because it can get a little shiny, so I'll do that, but for the most part, it's actually okay. I then take the Makeup Revolution Radiant Lights in Glow, and then take this type of brush and put that as a sort of glowy, highlighty situation on my cheekbones. Just find it sort of brings a bit of warmth to my face and glow, as the name suggests. Sometimes take it onto the, is it temples? Yeah, up there as well. But for the most part, it's in. But for the most part, it's on the cheeks. And then I'm going to put on some blush. I'm using the Makeup Revolution blush palette in. It's an Ultra Blush palette, Sugar and Spice. So it's a pinky one that they have. I've also got the orange version, but it's like Hot Spice or something like that it's called. But as I said, that's actually up in Hull, so I've only got the pink selection. So I'm going to go with that one there. It's just a very sort of everyday natural colour for me. I don't tend to, for the most part, put too much colour on my cheeks. If I was like going out for an evening, like sort of wanting to glam it up, I would probably go for a bit more colour, but for a natural finish, I prefer to not to. Just a very subtle hint of colour to give me a bit of life to the face. And then I've been known from time to time to go with that lighter shade, sort of highlight. So I haven't actually got a highlight brush, so also once again, if you have any recommendations for highlight brushes, I usually go with drugstore because I can never afford high-end stuff. Then yeah, please leave those suggestions down below for highlight brushes, but I used to use the same blush one and it tends to work out okay. So I've been using the Rimmel Exaggerate in the shade East End Snob. I mean, some people would just sort of outline their lips, but personally I just prefer to take it all over the lips, because then I find it just helps hold my lipstick in place for the whole day. For lipstick, I'm going to use this one. Now, some may not be aware, but in Lidl you can actually get some makeup. And this lipstick is because they're by Cian, that's the brand, I guess. But yeah, they're usually like $1.99 across the board for all the items. But yeah, it's actually pretty darn good. I mean, this shade is number 19 Vintage Mauve, and for the most part, it holds up pretty well, and it's just the perfect everyday natural your lips were better type shade, or my lips were better, should I say. And I just love it. And the most known part is that it is only found in Lidl. It's just a standard lipstick, but This shade is just perfect for me, and I haven't managed to find the perfect shade in any other type of brand or anything. So yeah, it's rather frustrating. But this shade is just perfect for me personally. I love this shade. So yeah, that's the completed look.
And we are done. So I hope you liked this video. It's been quite fun. I realise it's going to be quite a long one. I mean, hopefully with the power of editing I can cut it down a little. But yeah, I mean, I may speed some little bits up. I mean, if you've got this far into the video, then you probably have already seen what I've done so far. So yes. But yeah, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment. I've even suggested some things you could perhaps comment. So yes, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be doing some more videos from now on, getting back into it, the swing of things. And if there's anything you want to know, also just leave that in the comments. Have a little chat on there, that'd be awesome. I'm also on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. I always leave that in the description box down below. That's it, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my day. And I shall see you next time. Bye!